to my week 9 post-op VSG update. My name is Taylor, also known as Short Sleeve T, and I decided to film outside today because it is just so pretty out today. We haven't really gotten any cold weather where I live. It's just kind of warm, but it is a little windy today, and I will take that for fall. So I want to get right into my stats today just so I can kind of talk to you guys about a couple of different factors on my weight this week. So my heaviest weight was 381 pounds. My weight day of surgery after a 3-month pre-op diet was 331 pounds. And my weight today is 286 pounds. My weight last week was 291 pounds. So I have lost 5 pounds again this week. That's right. I think, yes, 5 pounds. So I'm really excited about that. I'm happy that I'm continuing to lose, and I've said goodbye to the stall that I was on. So as most of you guys know, I have been having trouble with my period and my menstrual cycle lately. I was on my period for 7.5 weeks, and as of yesterday, I have not had my period at all these last 2 days. I vaguely remember during the 7.5 weeks this happening before, where my period stopped but then it came back. I'm hoping and crossing my fingers that this has actually stopped this time, and I can be done with my period for at least another month, just because I was having some issues with it this week. I started getting very, very tired, irritable, just grumpy. I think I was really low on iron. I did end up calling my doctor's office. I called two doctor's offices actually, and my surgeon, as you know, is not my favorite person. My surgeon was fine. My surgeon's office, they're not my favorite people. I should have said that. I called and I left the nurse a message up there, and I told her that I had been on my period for 7 weeks and I was starting to feel very sick, and I really would like her to give me a call. She called me back that afternoon, surprisingly, because usually it takes them 2 weeks to call me back. She called me back that afternoon and she told me that it was normal and that it happens with everybody, and 7 weeks is nothing, and basically she's heard of people being on their periods for 4 months, and I just didn't really buy it. I was kind of irritated about it, and I didn't really buy it. She told me, oh, just take some iron, over-the-counter iron. You should be fine. I was like, okay. All right. So I called my gynecologist, and they told me to call my surgeon. So I really didn't get any answers for it. I was told to take iron, and that if I felt bad, go to the ER. So I did end up taking iron, and shortly after that, my period stopped. And today I felt fine. I think it stopped in the middle of the day yesterday. So I've gone I'd say about 24 hours without having my period. Alright, so another thing I wanted to talk to you guys about was I have a lot of different events coming up in the next 2 months. Of course, with the holidays coming up, everybody is always very busy, and I am no exception to that. Tomorrow, Sunday, the 9th, is my husband's birthday. So I am going to insert a little clip of our lunch we had this morning, and just trying to celebrate his birthday. So the next event that I have coming up is my 1-year wedding anniversary, which is October 24th. And then following that, I don't know if you guys remember last week when I talked about my goals. I said that I had a goal of 255, I believe, for November 22nd. And of course, November 22nd is not the last day of November. The reason why I chose November 22nd is because I'm going to be spending Thanksgiving in Pennsylvania with my family. And I haven't seen them in a 1.5 years. And I'm really looking forward to showing them my progress, and I just kind of was hoping that I would be down to 255 by then, and just be able to say, hey, look at me, I've done all this, you know, I've lost all this weight, and you know, I'm just really excited for being able to see them. And then after that, of course, we've got Christmas coming up and everything. So I'm not telling you guys that so that I can say, oh, I'm not going to make anything. I want you guys to know that I'm going to be making more videos during that time. I want you guys to know exactly what I'm eating, and I'll probably make a what I eat in a day video coming up pretty soon. And I'll just be vlogging a lot of my trip to Pennsylvania and vlogging my anniversary, and just like the video that I'm going to be inserting into this video, you'll see what I ate this morning with my husband. So another thing I wanted to just kind of address this week, this week was very, very difficult for me. Not because I had not lost any weight, because as you guys know, I lost 5 pounds this week. But there is a huge difference between being happy with the number on the scale and being happy with yourself. Despite the fact that I am losing weight, I have felt so depressed this week. I feel like my mind has not caught up with my body yet. I see the number that's on the scale, but I don't see how it has affected my body. That is just this week, because any other week before this, I felt great about how I look, and I felt like you know, even if I wasn't losing, my body was still changing, and I was looking different every single week. But this week, because I had to purchase a dress for the event that I'm going to, I had a very difficult time with it. I tried on probably 50 different pairs of 50 different outfits, and every single one of them made me cringe when I looked at myself in them. And standing in front of a mirror with only your bra and underwear on, and just facing the way that your body looks is so hard. Girls don't have it easy. You see what people look like in a magazine. You see what girls look like on Instagram. You see what models look like, and then you see yourself. I was very unhappy this week as far as body image goes. Like I've said, you're not a number on the scale, and that really shows when the number on the scale is not good enough for you. I used to tell myself I want to lose weight so that I can have a baby, and now that I've started losing weight, that hasn't changed, but I've started to see what my potential is. I've started to see that my body can change and that I can look different, and people can see that I'm doing something for myself and helping myself and eating really healthy. I think I've gotten to where when I see the number on the scale, I see, you know, like I saw 286 or 287 this week, whatever one it was, I can't remember. And I expected to look in the mirror and see somebody who weighed 286 pounds, but I felt like I saw the girl who weighed 380 pounds, and that was so hard. I know a lot of people go through this when they're losing weight, and I know they have body image issues, and some people have body dysmorphia, and I don't think I've gotten that far yet. I don't think I have body dysmorphia or anything. I just think that my mind is moving too quick. Some people say that their body is moving too quickly for their mind to catch up, but I feel like it's the opposite for me. I feel like I'm just not seeing what I see on the scale, and it's frustrating. I have parts of my body that I like to nitpick at and say, oh, well, I hate this part of my body, and I hate this part of my body. I hate my chin, and I hate my arms. I feel like they're so big, and, you know, but I shouldn't be complaining. I have had this surgery. I've lost 95 total pounds in the last 6 months since I started my pre-op diet. And my husband made a really good point to me yesterday. He said, do you think 380-pound Taylor would be proud of where she is, or would she wish that she was you? That kind of took my breath away a little bit. I didn't really respond to him. He texted to me, and I never really responded to it, just because it was one of the most real things I had ever read. When I was 380 pounds, I was miserable. I was starting to feel like I couldn't do anything anymore. Like, I was uncomfortable in my own skin. When I slept at night, sometimes I felt like I was just laying on parts of my body that just were uncomfortable. It's hard to explain, but if you have PCOS, a lot of the times you carry a lot of weight in your lower abdomen. And when I would sleep, I felt like my legs would just pinch my body. I don't know if that makes any sense or if anybody has ever experienced that before, but that in itself, I mean, that doesn't happen anymore. That's what I didn't realize, was that you're always going to have the same body. It's just going to get smaller. My arms are always going to be the same shape. My stomach is always going to be the same shape. My face will always be the same shape. It's just all going to get smaller. I've kind of explained to my husband a little bit my theory on weight loss. I kind of feel like if you're over 300 pounds, the first 100 pounds that you lose, you're losing bulk and mass. And then once you get down past like 200, or even, I would even say 240, once you get past 240, you start gaining shape to your body. You go from having so much extra mass on your body, and then once the mass is gone, you start gaining more shape and you start leaning out and your muscle starts building. And I know I haven't gotten to that yet. I'm still losing mass. I haven't really gained a shape. And I'm kind of angry at myself now that I'm talking about it. I'm kind of mad at myself for even feeling so down this week, and it's almost selfish to me that I felt that way because I have done so well. Why put myself down when I've done so well? I've lost almost, I'm 5 pounds away from losing 100 pounds in 6 months, and I still wanted to put myself down. And like I said, the scale almost means nothing. I know a lot of you guys are doing no scale October. I don't think that that's going to be good for me right now just because I've just started. But I really commend you guys. I mean, hats off to you for doing that, because I don't know if I could. I would want to know how my progress is going, and not knowing how it's going would drive me absolutely insane. So as far as that goes, I just kind of feel like I need to promise myself that I'm going to be better to myself mentally. I'm going to take care of myself mentally. I'm going to praise myself for what I've done, and even when I don't like what I see in the mirror, I need to realize I've lost almost 100 pounds and I shouldn't be upset about that. Alright guys, so the last thing that I want to show you this week are some snacks that I've been eating. First, I'm going to show you these Blue Diamond almonds. These are the habanero barbecue flavor. They're really good. I'll eat one because I've only had a couple, but I remember that they were really good. They just have like a really smoky flavor, and they're not that spicy, but they're really good. The other ones I've eaten are the Blue Diamond Smokehouse flavor. They're extremely smoky flavored, and the stats on these are 170 calories for 28 nuts. I usually eat about half of that. I'd say I probably eat around 12 nuts every time I eat these, which is only once a day. The fat is 16 grams in those. The sodium is pretty low, only 150 milligrams. 2% carbs, but the fiber is 3 grams, so 2 net carbs, and 6 grams of protein. These are a really good snack. Almonds are really good for you. I know a lot of people don't eat almonds until like 2 or 3 months out, so if you're kind of early on, I don't know if I would eat these just yet, but they're really good, and they're really easy to have for a snack. So something else that I got this week that I don't really know how I feel about are these P3 portable protein pack. This has 15 grams of protein in it. If you want to see, it's got turkey, bacon, and Colby Jack cheese. The stats on these: 180 calories for one package, 13 grams of fat, 620 milligrams of sodium, which is 26% of your daily value, 0 carbs at all, and 15 grams of protein. I don't really like the texture of the turkey that's in here. It's really thick, and it's just not something that I would eat. I'd rather eat kind of like rolled up deli meat. And then the bacon was really, really salty for me, but the cheese was really good. I think if you're into this kind of thing, I'm definitely not saying not to try this, but I don't think I'm going to purchase them again, just because it's just not my thing having little diced up pieces of turkey, and then the bacon was like just overly salty for me. So I actually didn't even eat the bacon out of this the last time that I ate one of these. I just had like a couple pieces of the turkey and some cheese, and then I probably ate some almonds with it. I can't remember, but they have all kinds of different flavors. There's chicken, there's one with chicken, ham, and then some have like peanuts, and some have Swiss cheese and American cheese. So, you know, try these if you like them. You know, they're really high in protein, and they'd probably be good for lunch one day. They're only 170 calories, and you can pick and choose what you eat out of this, just like I did, and pair it with something else. Alright guys, so that's going to be it for my week 9 video. I am going to film a what I eat in a day video this week. I don't know which day that will be, but be looking for that. I hope you guys have a fantastic week. Remember, you're not a number on the scale. Remember to praise yourself for what you have already done, no matter if you've lost 1 pound or 200 pounds or anywhere in between. You are doing fantastic. Remember that.